Rugby TV here at BT Murrayfield. It's an action-packed day, 6 matches, 4 on the international pitch. This is BT Cup Finals Day, and we begin this morning with the BT Bowl Final between Millbrae, who are on the... well, they were in the middle of your picture, and our director has just switched to Aberdeen Uni. Joining me this morning is our co-commentator, Ross Curl, captain of Ayr and the Scotland Club 15. Ross, your thoughts about today's match?
Lozer, I'm massively excited about today. The weather is absolutely glorious. The turf on the National Stadium looks sublime. So I think we're going to get some top class rugby, finals rugby. Both teams putting it all on the line. I can't wait.
Roscoe saying that it's absolutely glorious here. We'll do our bit for Visit Scotland and all that. He's right, but it's also Baltic. We're both layered up. But anyway, it's going to be a great day. Referee for this BT Bowl final is Alex O'Brasia from the Edinburgh Society. It's Aberdeen Uni going from left to right. Aberdeen Uni, who reached this bowl final with victories over Kinloss, Ross Sutherland, tasty derby against Aberdeen Uni Medics, D-side, then Earlston. And Millbrae, who are about to receive the kick-off, they beat Isle of Mull, Moffat, Birkmire, Police Scotland, Glasgow and Grangemouth. The kick-off from Will Kelly, the Aberdeen Uni standoff. It's collected by the Millbrae forwards, and we get the first of our expected few rumbles.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the teams approach the game. You know, early doors, will they play it safe, or are they just going to put it all on the line and put the ball wide? Millbrae playing with a bit of intent to start with.
That was James Armstrong, wearing 24. He's straight out of the Ross Curl School. Got to have a different number in the midfield.
That's it, Loza. You know, sometimes these new tight fit jerseys, they don't fit everyone just how you'd want. So you know, you got to find one in there that fits all parts of the body just how you like.
Yeah, I believe you, Roscoe. I'll have a look at the Macron catalogue for a 5XL myself. Anyway, here we go. It's the first penalty awarded to Millbrae, and we'll have a line out. The Millbrae hooker is, could we get away with calling him a promising youngster, Jim Limburn? He seems to have been around for about 100 years.
Yeah, I mean, it depends which generation you're talking about here. I think Jim is a club legend at Millbrae and at Ayr Rugby Club, so you know he's been around the block. I think Millbrae will be looking for him to steady the ship up front and add a bit of experience to you know, a team that's got a bit of youth and a few older heads in there as well. I loved the one-arm throw-in. Did you see that, Lozer? You know, that's taken us back a few years.
Very old school, yeah. Referee deeming that was not straight line out, so we'll have a scrum, and it'll be Aberdeen Uni's Tom Forson, who's a Northern Irishman. He's studying business management. He's first-year student at Aberdeen, and the word on the street from our spies in the Granite City is that he'll be the Aberdeen Uni captain next season. So, first scrum. Is it a case of youth v experience here? There's quite a few old heads in that Millbrae pack, Ross.
Yeah, I would say it's a case of youth versus youth and experience, Lozer. You know, there's a real mix of age groups in that Millbrae team, but you know that looks pretty steady. We're getting a bit of a nudge on there from
yeah. Pick up by Graham McKittrick in the Uni back row, and it's fed out to the Aberdeen Uni backs.
Oh.
Big hit there.
Lovely hit there.
Millbrae seeking to counter-attack. That was quite a tackle.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a rib tickler there. I'm not sure who it was that got hit, but he's certainly feeling it. He's getting a bit of medical attention now. You know, that was a case of first opportunity for the wingers to go head-to-head, and you know, the Millbrae men have certainly left their mark on this one.
So we've played, just come out for 3 minutes here at BT Murrayfield. Welcome if you've just joined us. Do keep in touch with your feedback throughout the day via Scottish Rugby's YouTube channel, and we'll try and give a few shout-outs as we go along. So Millbrae, as I say, they're currently leading BT West Regional League Division 3. Still a few games to play. And Aberdeen Uni are currently in third place in BT Caledonia Regional League Division 3 North. which is a nice short snappy title.
Well, that's it. I think that's the beauty of these competitions, Loza. You know, you're getting teams from a variety of different leagues across the country coming together, sizing up against each other on a magnificent backdrop. And you know, from what I've seen so far, both teams very keen to put the ball out wide, throw it about, play with a bit of intent. So long as it continues, I think we've got a great game ahead of us.
So, second scrum feed. Tom Forson poised. Referee across here on the Millbrae loosehead side. Pick up by McKittrick. Makes a couple of meters. Forson to Kelly. And good tackle there from Millbrae.
There's Nigel Howard covering across. Great centres tackle there.
Oh, a wee knock on. So Millbrae referee playing advantage here. And it's Pickles. Great name for a scrum half. Wasn't he the dog that found the Football World Cup in the 60s? No, you wouldn't know that.
I'll take your word for it, Loza.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, a kick ahead. Ball's aerial, and it could go anywhere. And we have, I think, an offside penalty awarded by referee O'Brasia. So, first points opportunity. Who do we expect to be kicking the goals? Will it be David Courtney?
We'll wait and see. And, you know, some teams, I don't know if we've got the range here or if they're going to go out and hit the corner. It remains to be seen. I'm not sure who the goal kicker is. They're going to take the 3.
Yeah, it's looking like it. So, that's James Armstrong. James, who's a student, clearly popular with the Millbrae support. This is the youthful side of the Millbrae team. James Armstrong there. The Millbrae boys been training quite hard, Roscoe, the last few weeks?
Yeah, I would say so. They've been down, certainly putting the hours in. Tuesday, Thursday nights. You know, I've been down doing a bit of training, casual training myself, and I've seen them down there, you know, 2 hours every night. So, you know, they're taking this final very, very seriously.
So Armstrong then, from about 35 metres, right-footed. He's made a decent connection, but it just sneaks past that right-hand post. So we played 5 minutes here. That was the first points opportunity of the day, but it remains Millbrae 0, Aberdeen Uni 0 in this BT Bowl final. So Aberdeen Uni on the restart with their standoff Will Kelly. Will from Watson's. He's played here before, and he's a fourth-year student studying psychology. Millbrae repossess. Oh, hint of a dummy from left winger Scott Cunningham.
Good steal there from Aberdeen Uni.
A knock on from Forson, but referee reckoning there was a bit of hands in the ruck maybe, or side entry.
I think both teams in these early stages are very keen at the breakdown, trying to get in there, disrupt ball. I think Millbrae on that occasion maybe taking things a little bit too far, and the refs pinged them for that one.
So Aberdeen Uni opting for touch, and we'll have a line out some 30 metres from the Ayr try line. Bit of a confab from the Aberdeen Uni forwards as they come into this line out. And it's Lewis Ray to throw in for Aberdeen Uni. Lewis, who's from Madras College in St Andrews, finds his man. And we've got a bit of a rumble on the go here from Aberdeen Uni. It's McKittrick. And good offload in the tackle into the 22. Aberdeen Uni go. Forson. Kelly, he's thinking about the narrow side. Gives a pass to, but it's touch found. The pass was to Max Stobbs. But Millbrae defence very resolute there, Ross.
Yeah, I think a bit of a change in tactics there from Aberdeen Uni. You know, the first 2 scrums they had early on, they really put the ball wide. This time they opted for the driving maul. I must say, I really like the work of Graham McKittrick at number 8. Very industrious, looks like a strong ball carrier. I expect to see him come to the fore as the game continues.
Limburn then to throw in. And he finds Josh Curry, the Millbrae captain. And Millbrae now just seeking to rumble out of their own 22. Pickles gets organised. Feeds out. Oh, delicate little chip ahead from David Courtney. But the bounce doesn't work in the favour of Millbrae, and it's retrieved.
Now you got to love the enterprise there, Lozer, but you know that's the bounce of a rugby ball for you.
So here we go, Forson. And Aberdeen Uni trying to get a bit of space. Out to Cameron Lenine. Lenine kicks ahead. Is he going to win the chase? Lenine. Oh! Ross, you said the bounce of the ball, and Lenine was beaten by the bounce of the ball there.
Well, that was it. You know, it almost was the death of air in that attack, but then it's come back full circle. Max Pickles, great scramble there from the scrum half, and he's done just enough to prevent the try, but it's not over yet. Penalty 5 metres out. Aberdeen have opted for the scrum. We'll see what happens. Millbrae got the nudge on the first one, so I think they'll be looking to perhaps do that again.
The vast in-goal area at Murrayfield, of course, kind of facilitates the kick ahead in that kind of situation.
I stand corrected. They've actually opted to kick to touch, so they'll have a line out 5 metres out. Will we see the driving maul again? It remains to be seen.
So Will Kelly, as Ross said, after a bit of a chat about it, he's opted for the line out. So it'll be Lewis Ray to throw in. It's collected by Adam Honeyman, and McKittrick, I think, has the ball at the end. They're maybe a wee bit high, but they've got forward momentum. Forson is into the corner. The scrum half benefits from that penalty to touch and the driving maul, and there's the first points in our BT Bowl final for Aberdeen Uni scrum half Tom Forson.
Yeah, you have to say, Graham, up until now it had been all Millbrae, but in their first visit to the Millbrae 22, Aberdeen have got themselves on the score sheet. I have to say, from the moment the driving maul was set up, it looked ominous, and you know, as you say, classic scrum half snipe there, and he's found his way over in the corner. Big kick to come, but you know, I think a well-deserved first score there for Aberdeen Uni.
Loving the music there. That was Billy Joel. We Didn't Start the Fire. Fantastic choice of music by the resident DJ, whoever he is.
Well, I have to say the fire is most definitely well started here at BT Murrayfield. The crowd are absolutely loving the action so far. Long may it continue.
That was a very West Sound link there, Roscoe. Very good. Okay, so we have I think Will Kelly, former George Watson's pupil, trying to pull that round from the touchline. So conversion astray, but we've played 10 minutes here at BT Murrayfield in the BT Bowl final, and Aberdeen University leading by 5 points to 0. When you first played here on the international pitch, Ross, did you do anything to prepare for the dimensions of the pitch at all in training?
To be honest, Loz, it's quite difficult. It's such a unique pitch, and you know, as you mentioned previously, the dead ball area is huge. So one of the things we focused on was potentially looking at little grubbers through some cross kicks, because you've got so much room to play with there. So that's something that we worked on. I can't exactly say it paid dividends. We didn't score off anything, but you know, there are certain things you can factor into training that week to look to potentially get somewhat of an advantage come match day. It certainly looks like this is something that Aberdeen University might have thought about during the week with that chip ahead earlier. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll see more of it as the game continues.
So that was good fullback play there from Millbrae's fullback Lee Main. Caught the kick ahead and then made 10 metres or so in his thrust forward. Millbrae win the penalty, and they're into the Aberdeen 22 line-out options here. Captain Josh Curry and his fellow lock Jack Brown. Jack Brown 6'5", 16 stone. A systems engineer. That sounds a great job title. Let's see what happens here then. Jim Limburn. And again, it's ball in the middle.
Oh, that was quite a bit of enterprise there.
Bit of variation there, but the referee ruling that the ball not straight at the line out.
I have to say, I do love the old one-arm throw-in, but I think we're 15 minutes or so into the game. We've had 2-0 straight. Don't know if we can put it down to the wind, so it might be something for Millbrae to look at as things move forward.
It's another scrum then. And the try scorer, Tom Forson, is having a wee chat with his opposite number, Max Pickles. Referee not happy with engagement, so we'll reset.
Be interesting to see the exit strategy here, Lozer. Aberdeen Uni, first couple of possessions in this area of the park, they've actually put a bit of air in the ball and tried to put it wide, or will we see the number 8 pick up? You know, it's always an important time of the game, just scored. Do you want to keep throwing it about, or do you want to exit and get yourself down the pitch and potentially take a bit of the pressure off?
I think they're playing with such ambition, Roscoe. But who knows? We're not going to find out because it's a free kick. Quickly taken by Pickles.
Too quickly.
Oh, dearie me. I'm not allowed to say that it would be lovely if referees just encouraged enterprise, because that would be me offering a comment, so I'll just be quiet because I'll get a row from the referees department. But anyway, let's edit that out from our live feed. Here's Max Pickles. Taps, gives it to Ben Patterson. Pickles gets in there.
That looks
There's
cynical.
a bit of interference there from the Aberdeen tight head Angus Lutton, just loitering after that breakdown, not rolling away quickly enough.
It was a crafty bit of work from Max Pickles at the base there. You know, I think he might have been able to get that ball away, but opportunistic. There was someone slightly stuck, and he had a wee stumble, looked straight at the ref, and then the arm goes up. You know, just a thought.
I'll not offer any comment to that observation, Roscoe. Ayr and indeed Millbrae have always been very sporting in my experience. Right, let's see if Jim Limburn can find his man to the referee's satisfaction. It's the captain again, Josh Curry, with a back row option, wrapping round. Here's Pickles. It's in midfield. Oh, it could be an interception for Lenine. Here's Forson again. Still on if it can go out wide. Lee Main was looking a wee bit lonely.
Bit of space out on the right here.
Now on the right. If they can manage to find numbers. Looking to play a fast-paced game, Aberdeen Uni. Here's Forson again digging for ball. Referee again compelled to award a penalty, this time for side entry.
I think Millbrae will be disappointed with that, Lozer. You know, it was their first real opportunity to have a go at the Aberdeen University line, and they've perhaps gone wide a little bit too early. The pass doesn't go to hand, and it offers an easy exit for Aberdeen University, who are playing with, you know, quite the attacking intent, looking very dangerous with ball in hand. They'll hold on to it for a couple of phases, and you're starting to see a lot of space opening up in the outside channels on the Millbrae defence. So, you know, that'll be something to watch as the game goes on. I think the young student legs might come to the fore as things continue.
That throw in from Lewis Ray finds his man. Kelly looking with a miss pass for Patrick Mulholland, who was in midfield, the back row forward. But Aberdeen Uni retaining possession. Here's Forson again. Kelly missing out the prop. Mishands in midfield. It's picked up by Connor Mackey, Millbrae's prop. Here's a forward rumble from Alan Drennan. Referee playing advantage for a knock-on. Pickles has a wee look at his options. Again, feeding to a forward, his first receiver. And once more, Millbrae seeking just to use the forwards at this point. Now we're going wide. It's Lee Main, loses his footing, but he sets it up nicely, presents the ball well. Pickles takes on, but Pickles has been robbed in the tackle, and it's Aberdeen Uni now seeking to counter-attack. Maybe a wee bit slow to set that ball up. Yep, holding in the tackle. So we've got a penalty, 2 or 3 metres shy of the Aberdeen Uni 10-metre line, and I'd suggest, Roscoe, that probably Millbrae will look to find a penalty to touch here.
Yeah, I think it just looks on the edge of James Armstrong's range, so I'd imagine we'll kick to the corner. I think Millbrae, as things progress here, they'll be really looking to come away with some points. They've had a couple of nice opportunities so far. You know, good territory, good presence in the Aberdeen University 22. Yet they're still scoreless. You know, as things progress, they'll need to get that scoreboard ticking and put a bit more pressure on Aberdeen University.
Armstrong doesn't find touch. It's caught by Lenine. Lenine onto the right foot, and it's Lee Main. He kicks ahead, finds a bit of space. Scurrying back is Max Stobbs. Stobbs loses his footing. Collared by very tigerish Millbrae follow-up. Good turnover for Millbrae. A burl out the tackle from Nigel Howard. It was Alan Drennan feeding, but unfortunately, in their desire to give that ball a bit of width and a bit of tempo from the breakdown, Millbrae knock on. That was an unfortunate, going back to the penalty, unfortunate missed penalty to touch from James Armstrong there, Ross.
Yeah, I mean, that's as a kicker, that's your bread and butter. You know, it's a big responsibility, and the whole team's looking at you to get that ball over the touchline and set up the next attacking opportunity. You know, James will be disappointed with that, but surely he'll get plenty more opportunities and maybe just play it a little bit safer next time.
It's the balance, isn't it, between finding your touch and being ambitious.
Well, that's it. You know, if it had gone out, they would have had a line out 5 metres out from the Aberdeen University line, and he would have been a hero. On that occasion, he's just fallen short, and Aberdeen hoofed the ball down the pitch, and it's almost back to square one.
McKittrick on the pickup. Referee rules that it went back from Forson. The ball spews out the right-hand side as Aberdeen Uni look at it of that ruck. Ray has his hands on the ball, but it's Forson. And he goes aerial with a kick ahead and finds touch. Now, did Aberdeen Uni take the ball back into their own 22?
I think there's a case for that, although it looks like a Millbrae hand might have touched the ball en route to the touchline there, so I'm not sure about how that impacts the rules, but Aberdeen will get the throw in. They're about 35 metres out from their own line, and yeah, another attacking opportunity for the students.
Lewis Ray, once of Madras College. Forson, Kelly. Oh, Kelly on the wrap round.
Did well to get that away under a lot of pressure
here's
from Nigel.
Lenine. Oh, nice step from Lenine. That's a name that's graced this pitch a few times. That was a lovely break from Camille Lenine, the 19-year-old son of Scotland's 1990 Grand Slam centre Sean. But here's Millbrae through Lee Main. It's all very narrow at the moment, and just looking at Millbrae's left winger there, Scott Cunningham, and he was actually giving a wee bit width, but everybody was kind of getting concertinaed into that.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Lozer. I think that's probably the two contrasting styles in attack from both teams. Aberdeen, you know, they're really wide, they're really putting a lot of air on the ball. Millbrae, as they move through the phases, the attacking setup becomes really narrow. They're doing a lot of work around the breakdown. You know, maybe that's an age thing, maybe it's a strategy. It might change as the game progresses, but you know, I can't help but feel for both teams, if they can get that ball into the 15-metre channels, there's going to be space, there's going to be really good opportunities out there.
Crowd getting into the game. We've played 21 minutes here at BT Murrayfield. It's the BT Bowl final. Aberdeen University leading through Tom Forson's 9th minute try against Millbrae. It's Aberdeen University in possession in their own half, and it's Forson, but that was perfectly legitimate. He had hands on the ball. Millbrae, the back row, getting through. Referee playing advantage for a knock on, and we've had quite a few scrums in this opening quarter. We've now played 22 minutes, and we'll have another one here.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a mixture of that sort of nervous energy that's inevitable in any final. Perhaps people being that little bit overly keen, and that's where the unforced errors creep in. But I think another thing is the tenacity of Millbrae at the breakdown. You know, they're aware that this Aberdeen University side, when the ball gets wide, can cause a lot of problems. So they're trying to prevent that from happening and really disrupting the ball and making life difficult for Thomas Forson scrum half for Aberdeen.
Here's McKittrick again. Strong, sets up, loose ball, and Forson's onto the narrow side. It's fed out there by Freddie Graham Campbell. Aberdeen doing well to be mindful of that left-hand touchline. Kelly gives it to Sholto Hunter from Kelso. And Kelly puts the ball over the head of Scott Cunningham, and Cunningham just shepherds that ball into touch 4 metres outside his own 22. That was a bit of a mix up there, as it were, Ross. We saw a bit of spread, and then the Aberdeen 10, Will Kelly opting for territory.
Yeah, it's something we see quite a lot in the pro game now is, before teams decide to exit, they'll play a couple of phases, they'll see what's on. If nothing obvious appears to be presenting itself, then, they're more than happy to put boot to ball. That's a great kick from Will Kelly. He's, got about 40-50 metres worth of purchase there, and the pressure's back on Millbrae now.
Jim Limburn. And this time he opted for Jack Brown, and although it wasn't the tidiest of line-outs, Pickles is poised, feeds on to Courtney. Nice pass from Courtney, and a bit of space now for Millbrae. It's James Armstrong. Oh, the inside pass was intercepted by Lewis Ray.
Good scramble defence there from Aberdeen Uni, but they've kicked ahead, and Millbrae back on the attack.
Lee Main. Players in front of him, so they need to be careful about the offside. And Aberdeen again thinking about territory. Plenty of time though. And it's Scott Cunningham with the clearance. But that was good enterprise from Millbrae from a line out just outside their own 22. Found a bit of space in midfield. And it was a terrific break from James Armstrong. Yeah,
absolutely. We've just been talking about their narrow setup, and almost instantly they changed things up. They put the ball out into the midfield. Great half break by Nigel Howard. He's found young James there, who's sprinted up the pitch, possibly ran away from his support a little bit, tried to get the offloads, and ball went to ground. But that will give Millbrae a lot of heart. They'll take a lot of encouragement from that, and it just goes to show there's danger out wide if they can get the ball out there.
So Aberdeen Uni opting for a reduced line out, and it's won by Honeyman. Here's Kelly. Kelly to Mulholland. They've used that tactic of a back row forward outside the 10 a few times, and now there's a bit of width being offered. Good tackle on Sean Devine. And Millbrae scrambling for that ball on the deck. An offload from Pickles. It's our man James Armstrong again, heavily involved in the last few minutes of action. Ooh, a wee bit petulant there.
Bit of youthful temper maybe coming through there from young James, but I mean certainly from Millbrae's perspective, he's been the danger man. He's had a couple of nice breaks. He ran 50 metres just a couple of minutes ago. They'll certainly be looking to get as much ball as possible in his young and dangerous hands.
Interesting captaincy there from Josh Curry. The 25-year-old lock who leads the Millbrae side. He just had a wee quiet word with James Armstrong, just calming it down.
That's it, as all good captains do, Lawser. Try and keep the emotions in check, try and lead the troops. I think James just got a wee bit excited there, and Josh, rightfully so, has had a couple of little words in his ear.
Interesting line out there. Didn't look the straightest of trajectories, and we've already seen that the referee has been quite hot on that, but this time he lets that go. And Will Kelly orchestrating for Aberdeen. Here's Forson. Forson finds his loose head prop, the captain, Lewis Miller. Miller setting up possession just inside the Aberdeen half. Kelly dummies to kick, and then makes 2 or 3 metres, takes Aberdeen into Millbrae territory. It's a wee bit slow in coming back, advantage being played. Free ball here for Forson. Forson to McKittrick. McKittrick to Jonathan Bain. Bain stabs the ball forward, and the referee rules that 20 metre or so territory gain with the ball still in play wasn't an advantage. Brings us back for a penalty just inside the Millbrae half. Thoughts, Roscoe?
Yeah, I mean, good. It's great to see Aberdeen University really want to put a bit of air on the ball every time they're in attack. You know, I feel that they're playing a lot of rugby in the middle areas of the park. You know, the change in strategy we saw just a few minutes ago with the kick over the top, it was an interesting one. It sort of relieved the pressure a little bit and put the onus back on Millbrae. But you know, they've only really been in the Millbrae 22 on one occasion, and they came away with points. So they're back there now. They've got a line out about 20 metres out. So we'll see what they do here. Could it be the midfield hit, or will we see that that dangerous driving maul of theirs?
Yeah, that was certainly the tactic that paid dividends for their first try, admittedly from a wee bit closer range, but they got the driving maul going, and then Forson sniped on the blind side. See if they get the first part right. Well, again, quite untidy, but it's McKittrick on the pickup.
Strong carrier.
Big abrasive, number 8, schooled in South Africa, and then further schooled in Ulster. He's studying conservation biology, which sounds a hoot. Here's Will Kelly on the wrap round again. That's the old Leinster move, isn't it? The Johnny Sexton move, the Leinster.
That's it. No, classic Leinster move there, but it was well read by James Armstrong. He came up and met Will Kelly with a pretty heavy hit in the midfield.
The Aberdeen Uni captain, Lewis Miller, just loitering there. Oh, a nice show and go from Freddie Graham Campbell. Still carries the ball.
Looking ominous if they come right.
But Aberdeen Uni not staying on their feet, going to deck, sealing off a fair contest for ball. Mr. Curl looks somewhat
quick
happy at
tap,
that decision.
they're
Here
away
we go.
again. James Armstrong.
Armstrong thinking about giving the pass outside. Lee Main does well to support, but then spills it forward in contact. It's taken on by Sholto Hunter. So first knock on, I guess, from the referee there. And it will be an Aberdeen put-in.
I think for Max Pickles there, he's shown a lot of ambition. You know, they've just been defending for about 10 phases in their own 22. Great turnover, great opportunity to relieve the pressure, and he's gone on a little snipe and fed to James Armstrong. Maybe that was the time to just kick for the corner, get out the 22 and regather. But you know, these finals, you know, it can create a bit of excitement, and people just want to get on with things. It's resulted in an Aberdeen scrum 20 metres out, a good attacking line set up here. But will we see McKittrick off the base?
Again, it's decisions, isn't it? It's the, as you say, the enthusiasm and the desire to be enterprising, but you've got to mix it with, I suppose, just a wee bit tactical nous. However, we've played half an hour here at BT Murrayfield. It's clouding over a wee bit, and it's not the warmest of days for anybody who's coming for the subsequent entertainment, which includes Carrick versus Highland in the BT Shield, the BT Women's Cup final for the Sarah Beanie Cup between those age-old rivals, Hillhead, Jordan Hill and Murrayfield Wanderers, and then the icing on the cake, the BT Cup final between Melrose and Heriots at 5:45. So if you're in the Edinburgh area and you fancy a wee bit live rugby this afternoon, why not come on down? Another free kick to Millbrae, and this time it's a wee bit more direct. It's taken on by the forwards over the 10-metre line. Pickles feeds. It's a wide pass. Nigel Howard. Good pick-up now from Aidan Boyd. Have they been turned over?
Looks
No,
like
they have. Forson trying to get the ball away. You know, the urgency that came from Millbrae after they'd conceded the turnover, they almost needed to commit more bodies to win the ball, to secure the ball in the first place, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was a good hustle there from Ben Patterson. The minute they got turned over, he sensed the danger because Aberdeen had a full back line ready to attack. He scrambled at the base, and he's just got a hold of Thomas Forson and prevented that attacking opportunity. It's resulted in a penalty to Aberdeen University. They'll kick to touch, but you know, Millbrae, they'll just be wanting to hold on to that ball. You know, 2 or 3 phases, a great burst by Nigel Howard, fed on to James Armstrong. They're getting really good penetration there, but they're not holding on to the ball enough to really turn that sustained pressure into points and real cutting edge attacking opportunities.
Will Kelly then finds the touch for Aberdeen Uni just inside the Millbrae 10-metre line. Line out, however, goes astray, and it's
Good burst.
great burst from Jack Brown. Armstrong opting for the kick. It's caught just outside the 22 by Jonathan Bain, formerly of Strathallan School. He's one of the Scotland touch rugby players. That ball could go anywhere. I think it's been collected by Millbrae. Pickles quick to seize on it. Now, opportunity out here. Scott Cunningham, though, stepped inside. However, Limburn direct, ball in two hands. Referee playing advantage. Here's Pickles on the short ball to Nigel Howard. Another 2 or 3 metres gained. Aberdeen loitering post tackle. And I think we're back for an offside decision anyway. What do you reckon here, Ross? Given that Armstrong missed the earlier penalty, do you reckon
It's
touchline here?
It's certainly within his range. 5-0 is not a huge scoreline. There's still plenty of rugby left to play. Looks like Josh Curry's opted for an attempt at the 3 points, which I can understand. It would be nice to just get off the mark. They've had a lot of pressure in this first half and nothing to show for it yet. So this would be a good starting point. James is he's had a good opportunity first time round to sort of size it up, find his range. Like I say, this is very kickable, and it'd be a good reward for what's been a good past 10 minutes for Millbrae. They've put a lot of pressure on Aberdeen University, and let's see if James Armstrong can get them that thoroughly deserved 3 points.
So as far as his radar is concerned, it's really a very similar kick to his earlier effort. It's maybe a wee bit closer. Armstrong then. But unfortunately, it's gone wide of the posts. So 2 opportunities passed up by Millbrae centre James Armstrong to register their first points. We've got 5.5 minutes remaining in this first half at BT Murrayfield, and Aberdeen University, courtesy of that 9th minute try from scrum half Tom Forson, lead 5-0. Lee Main tries the wee chip ahead. It's collected by collected by Kelly. Kelly stepping his way out of trouble.
No one at home there.
And Main was making his way back, somewhat heavy-footed, as Lenine Whippet-Light was chasing that kick, which was born of a wee bit of extremis for Will Kelly, who's very much Aberdeen's orchestrator. Yeah,
quite a crafty number 10 there. He's certainly been pulling the strings all afternoon. Him and Forson at scrum half, quite a formidable partnership. Really silky players. Nigel Howard, he's had a couple of great bursts for Millbrae in this first half.
Yeah, Howard released by David Courtney there, the Millbrae 10. Pickles to his forwards. A good scrum half, snapping at the heels of the pack. Now it's out to midfield, and we're close to the halfway line. Millbrae recycle Aberdeen's defence. Poised, Pickles, Limburn trying to get the pass away. Penalty advantage coming. Let's hope we see the advantage. It's taken on by Nigel Howard. Josh Curry, the captain, looking. It's Lee Main kicking ahead.
Don't.
And fullback Jonathan Bain. Now this could be quite interesting. But Main beats Bain to the ball. Pickles tries to pass inside. I think it may have gone forward, but the referee saying off a foot. And Millbrae look as if we have an injury here, and the referee sensibly stopping play. Millbrae really needed to have got something out of that period of possession and pressure there, and sadly from their perspective didn't.
I think so, Loza. You know, as things have gone on, you know, you've seen Millbrae put Aberdeen University under a lot of pressure, and they've still not managed to get on that scoreboard. It feels like it's somewhat of an inevitable, you know, thing that they're going to score. But you know, as things progress and still not getting on that scoreboard, you know, they're going to have to start to wonder, how can we do it? Is it 3 points? Is it going to be 5 points? At some point, we're going to really have to turn that pressure into points. It looks like an injured shoulder there for Limburn, perhaps a dislocation. You know, he's been industrious all first half, and I guess it presents a nice opportunity for the substitutes. Is that Rudy's side there?
It's Rudy, yeah, Rudy, 5'10", 18 stone, can play pretty much anywhere in the front row, but he's covering hooker today. The referee, as I say, was sensibly quick to intervene there, and we wish Jim Limburn, one of the great rugby stalwarts of Ayrshire, speedy recovery.
So there's a nice scrum set up here on the left-hand touchline for Millbrae. What are you expecting to see?
Well, look at the Millbrae alignment, Roscoe, and the backs are actually quite deep. But every time we speculate on that, the referee awards a penalty, and that penalty quickly taken by Max Pickles. We've got Jim Fleming standing in the way of our position, Scotland's most capped referee, but he's vacated it, so we've now got a clean view as once more Millbrae thunder into the Aberdeen 22.
Nigel Howard on the ball.
Pickles. Oh, elaborate pass to Ben Patterson. Just need a wee bit composure there, Ross. Eh?
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Lozer. Just that composure. I think you see that. We talked about the blend of youth and experience there. Max Pickles, he's one of the younger guys in the squad. You know, he's really dangerous at the base, but on occasions he's forced it just that little bit, gone for a miracle offload. You know, when you're 10 metres out, when you've got a team on the ropes, that's the time to just potentially stick it up the jumper, keep it tight for a couple of phases, and then see what's happening. In the end, they've knocked on, you know, a good exit opportunity for Aberdeen University here. Although the Millbrae scrum's been strong throughout the first half, I think they'll definitely have a pop at them here.
So this feed from Forson, and Millbrae definitely getting the nudge on there. Forson under a fair bit of pressure, and it's a penalty, and the referee I think is perhaps losing patience with the number of infringements from the students, so he's going to have a word with the Aberdeen Uni captain, Lewis Miller, and he also calls McKittrick over. So a yellow card for a technical offence in sealing off ball at breakdown, and it's Aberdeen University's number 8, Graham McKittrick, who is sent to the sin bin. Ayr awarded the penalty, and sorry, it's the old pink and black that's throwing me here. Millbrae awarded the penalty, and good, sensible tactics they've opted for the scrum.
I think so. They've certainly had the ascendancy in the scrum over the course of the first half. Aberdeen University just lost their number 8 McKittrick to the sin bin. You know, this is the best attacking opportunity Millbrae have had this half. Will they try and keep it in the scrum, or will they punch through the midfield? I'd imagine they'll try and keep it in there and get the nudge on. And
here we go then. Millbrae edging forward. The ball is at the base. Pick up, and it's Pickles. Did he ground the ball? The referee says he did. Try time for Millbrae. Oh no, in fact he's come back to the penalty. I thought Pickles was in.
Inches short there, Lozer, inches short. You know, that's the margins in these games. It was a great scrambling tackle, but that Millbrae scrum has really got the Aberdeen students on toast there. You know, not surprised to see them opt for another scrum. 5 metres out. I'm sure there's a big push coming here.
So we're in the red, as our TV chums would say, at the end of this first half. Second successive penalty awarded to Millbrae. Once again they opt for the scrum. Pickles feeding. Keith Hunter is poised at number 8. And the referee rules a try probably would have been scored. He awards the penalty try under the posts. So Millbrae's first points with a penalty try, reflecting their scrum dominance. It's converted with a Steve Ovett type wave from James Armstrong. Millbrae take the lead just before half time. 7 points to 5 in this BT Bowl final. Half time it is at BT Murrayfield. Millbrae leading 7 points to 5 in the BT Bowl final. Aberdeen University having opened the scoring through a Tom Forson try. James Armstrong has missed 2 penalty chances, but Millbrae before half time score with that penalty try. We'll be back with the action, but here's what's coming up on our live transmissions from BT Murrayfield on BT Finals Day.
Cutting out a different path, led by a beating heart. All the people of the town cast their eyes right to the ground in matters of the heart. The night was all you had. You ran into the night from all you had. Found yourself a path upon the ground. You ran into the night, you can't be found. But this is your heart. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Pumps through your veins. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Summer evening breezes blue, drawing voices deep from you, led by a beating heart. What's the air and what's an
It goes wide, Russell, little chip over the top, and it will be surely a try for Scotland, and it is from Tommy Seymour, and it's Taylor, and Duncan Taylor will score for Scotland. He's being hunted down. James looked back, what there? Taylor gets him. What covering defence.
to the night you can't be found. But this is your heart. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Off the floor it comes and Barkley is in. Didn't panic. And Dickinson. In goes Laidlaw quickly again. There's no advantage for the penalty, but they don't care. Hardy is in. Here's Hogg. Hogg! On it goes, Seymour! There it is. A score at a moment to warm Scottish hearts. The Six Nations run of defeats is over.
Way up, but they would fall. Oh, will you come down? And oh, this is your heart. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Pumps through your veins. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? This is your racing heart. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
And a try all of his own, etched in gold, scored by Hogg. What a score from the Scottish fullback. This means that there's a big gap for Scotland and Richie Gray. Laidlaw spins it round, away quickly by Horn, and nicely done, and the try will be scored by Dunbar.
Welcome back to the BT Bowl final. We're just about to start the second half. Millbrae from BT West Regional League Division 3 leading Aberdeen University from BT Caledonia Regional League Division 3 North 7 points to 5. So we kick off through Millbrae, but it doesn't go the 10 metres.
James Armstrong, he's going to need to cut those unforced errors out. You know, he's missed touch in the first half on one penalty. Restart the second half, not 10. You know, it just puts so much pressure on the team and gives Aberdeen a real easy attacking opportunity for nothing really. But that said, they've still got a man in the bin. It's a scrum on halfway. Expect a big push from Millbrae here.
Sensibly, given that yellow carding of Graham McKittrick, Aberdeen Uni make sure they go into the scrum with a full complement of 8. They've added Sean Devine, their 23-year-old Irish centre, who is studying, I love these subjects, they're studying petroleum geology. Presumably that means where you find oil.
Yeah, something like that. You know, Aberdeen potentially a hotbed for that.
Good Roscoe. Good
no
knowledge.
coincidence there.
Good knowledge.
I think that's about as much as I know about anything petroleum related. I sometimes put some in my car.
Yeah. I'll not add any fuel to that particular fire, Roscoe. We'll try and get back to the action. And we have an injury just on the halfway line.
Looks like Craig Steele's joined the Millbrae back line. I'm trying to see who he's replaced. It might be number 10, David Courtney. Number 25, Craig Steele there.
Yep.
Trying to see where he's lining up. It looks like he's in the centre, but from my knowledge, he's more of a 10.
Craig Steele, who in his biography was listed as a 23-year-old, so he's one of the younger individuals.
Yeah. By Millbrae standards, he's a baby in this team, but you know, a tidy player, really good pass off both hands. He'll look to dictate play. You might see a bit more tactical nous from him, looking to play the corners and put Millbrae in the right areas of the park.
Aberdeen Uni poised to make 3 changes. Joining the fray, we have Rob Walker, number 16, Connor Cullen, number 17, and number 22, Rory Fenn. Rory Fenn from Stewart's Melville College. Connor Cullen, former Elgin High School pupil. And 16, Rob Walker, who's playing a bit of club rugby at Heriots this season. I always think it's interesting when you have the opportunity to make changes at half time and then you wait a minute into the second half and you make the changes then. I'm not quite sure about that.
Makes you wonder, you know, maybe they're carrying knocks and they want to see how they go for the first few minutes of the second half, and it's not quite worked out. You never know, like you say. It does make me scratch my head on occasion, but that's where we're at. McKittrick still in the sin bin. He'll have a few minutes left on the naughty step, but I think the Aberdeen University team will welcome him back as soon as possible. He had a big first half, a lot of nice carries, and gave the team a lot of go forward.
Yeah, he just provided a wee bit of stability at the base of a scrum that was probably, for the most part, giving second best to the Millbrae 8. Anyway, here's Pickles. Immediate space for Craig Steele.
There's the danger man.
Tackle made on Armstrong. And a forward pickup. Good tackle. Oh, but was that a knock on? The referee says it was. Aberdeen Uni quite tigerish in their engagement there, making the tackle. The intent was good from Millbrae though, wasn't it? The intent to offload and get a bit of
absolutely.
continuity.
Craig Steele's not messing about. He's had a couple of nice touches early on. Really nice line there off the scrum, and he's followed that up with a nice tight line off Max Pickles from the last ruck there. He did well to hold on to it initially, but just fumbled it in the end. You know, they're looking to capitalise on this early pressure in the second half, although appears as though the the youngster James Armstrong's making way. He appears to have taken a bit of a bang. He'll be a big loss to Millbrae in this match.
So coming on for Millbrae, it would appear that, given of course it's rolling substitutes, it looks as if Scott Cunningham will return to the fray as James Armstrong goes to the bench. I did see a number 20 coming on for Aberdeen Uni. That's Doug McMillan, former North Berwick High School pupil. He's a fourth year student at Aberdeen studying business. So in fact, forgive me, I'm looking at the wrong number. So let's go back to number 20. 20 who's come on is Max Oliver. Max Oliver is in first year at Aberdeen Uni. Yeah. So Aberdeen Uni with a scrum. Will Kelly, and it's Sean Lenine. Or try him again. Cammy Lenine. Sorry, we'll get there eventually. Cammy Lenine intruding off the right wing. As
Very
Aberdeen
narrow,
Uni,
very
Aberdeen
narrow
Uni,
indeed here for Millbrae. Could
So
be in a bit of
width.
trouble.
Good hands by the locks in midfield for Aberdeen Uni. Kelly rescues the ball, almost an intercept by the Millbrae captain. Oh, and Cunningham spills the ball forward. So Armstrong, as we say, on the bench. Scott Cunningham restored, and Scott Cunningham unfortunately spilled that ball there.
Maybe a bit cold after his few minutes on the touchline. He'll need to shake that one off and get on with things here. He's straight into defensive duty, looking after that blind side over there. Let's see what Aberdeen do here. They've got a nice line set up, very deep. My guess is they'll put a bit of air in this and try and get it out to the touchline.
Of course, they are still short-handed, and there's the problem. Pick up from Keith Hunter. We just need to see a wee bit of continuity possession. It's becoming a bit fractured at the moment.
I think Millbrae have got so much ascendancy at the scrum. It's becoming ominous. We can barely get through one without a collapse or something like that. So, Millbrae, they'll get the penalty here. Craig Steele looking for touch over on the far side. He's found a nice touch there. I think yet to see who'll throw in. I don't think we've had a line out since
Jim Limburn retired.
Yeah.
No. So it looks as if it's going to be Rory Sace. With this line out, he finds captain Josh Curry, and given their numerical advantage up front, no surprise that Millbrae opt for a rumble. Alan Drennan, here's Pickles. Pickles escapes Freddie Graham Campbell's tackle. Here's Pickles again, feeds out to Steele. Steele to Gibson Siwo, who looks a wee bit like Matthew Bastereau.
There's a bit of a resemblance there. I can tell you, playing with and against Gibson for a few years when he was at Ayr, he is he's a solid ball carrier, almost Bastereau-esque. So they'll definitely look to use him to hit those hard lines and give the team go forward.
That's quite a description from Ross Curl. You can tell he went to a good school. Bastereau-esque. I like that. He's almost like Bastereau, so therefore he is Bastereau-esque. I should also tell you about Gibson Siwo. We always have one on a BT finals day who, when they fill in the player profile, when it comes to occupation, they like to tell us that they're a dolphin trainer. And this year, Gibson Siwo is the dolphin trainer. Can you believe that?
Yes and no. Yeah, must be
I
a
think-
bit of a joker.
I think he probably won a goldfish at the shows in Ayr.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I do recall someone telling me that once. I think he's goldfish, dolphin. They're pretty much the same thing, really. So
Yeah. Certainly
we'll
in Ayr
forgive
they
him for
are.
that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Lots of dolphins down in Ayrshire.
I think dolphins would be found in Troon, not in Ayr. Anyway, here we go. Millbrae leading 7-5. Very much on the attack. Here's Pickles. Looks very much as if Millbrae may have held on a wee bit long on the tackle. Referee giving them the benefit of the doubt. It's fed out. It was Chris Smith in the auxiliary scrum half role. Pickles again. It's all very scrappy at the moment. Jack Brown. And then Chris Smith tries to muscle forward. Pickles. That's a bit more direct. Crowd getting very much behind Millbrae. Steele trying to dummy. Out the back of the hand to Siwo. And here's Chris Smith. Good tackle by Forson. Smith feeds to Martin Watson. Watson a metre short. Chris Smith really heavily involved in this passage of play. Pickles feeds Nigel Howard. Good defence. Referee playing an advantage. Pick up by number 18. And the try awarded. It's a try for Keith Hunter, the Millbrae number 8, wearing the 18 jersey and crowning that period of Millbrae pressure. It's Millbrae 12, Aberdeen Uni 5.
Absolutely, great try there from Millbrae. You know, multiple phases. This is what they weren't quite able to do in the first half. They had all the territory, all the pressure, but they weren't converting to points. You know, it's almost like they've come out with a different mindset in this half. Happy to look after the ball, happy to go through the phases there. You know, Max Pickles at the base, he was pulling all the strings, telling the forwards where to go. You know, some lovely offloads, a great through the legs pass, and eventually the pressure just had to tell. You know, Aberdeen, they're still down to 14 men. You know, and they just couldn't hold on any longer. But great try for Millbrae. Really important time of the game to score. I think we've set ourselves up for a lung buster of the last 30 minutes here. Craig Steele lining up the kick from the right hand side, just outside the 15.
Here goes Steele then.
Looks good.
Grand conversion from Craig Steele. So Millbrae, who were trailing for most of that first half, have bounced back. Now lead Aberdeen University in this BT Bowl final by 14 points to 5. And as Ross says, we've got half an hour ahead of us as Graham McKittrick, the Aberdeen University number 8, an expensive sin binning for them.
Absolutely,
Conceding
Graham.
14 points while he was off. But he's now back. So it'll be interesting to see what response there is from the students. McKittrick tries to make that first hit from Will Kelly's restart kick. Pickles feeds, but the ball taken back into the 22, and the fact that it was straight into touch means it will be Aberdeen Uni's line out throw. So let's see what the students have up their sleeve in terms of a response.
I'm not surprised to see that change in tactics there from Ayr. They've got a nice cushion now, you know, a 9-point cushion. Good time to just take the pressure off. Not the execution they would have been looking for, but I think that's why they brought Craig Steele into the game.
So, Lewis Ray to feed in to this line out, just inside the Millbrae 22. And it's McKittrick. Strong ball carrier, as we said earlier. Aberdeen trying the more direct, close range route, make maybe a yard or so there. Ball held up. Turnover, Millbrae put in, and it's really all going Millbrae's way at the moment.
Absolutely, they've come out in the second half. It's just been a really clinical performance from them so far. Their set piece is dominating, so they're getting the run of the mill and the scrums and the lineouts. Like I said just a moment ago, different tactics when they're in this area of the park. Instead of trying to run it out at all opportunities, they're not afraid to put the boot on it. I think Craig Steele's dropping deep here from the scrum, so they might look to use his big right boot for to relieve the pressure. But the scrum's going really, really well for them. I expect to see a big push here. And Aberdeen University really, they need a score, and I think they need a score quick.
Yep. Pickles feeding. And right on cue from Mr. Curl. It did go to the right foot of Craig Steele. It's collected by Jonathan Bain. Bain gives it a bit width to Rory Fenn over the halfway line. Opportunities here if Aberdeen go wide. It's maybe gone a wee bit early. Here's Camille Lenine. A high tackle. That will be a penalty. The assistant referee got it, as indeed did the referee. Now, the fact that we had a yellow card earlier for a technical offence, I would suggest that if we're going to have a bit of consistency here, I know it's in a different part of the field.
Yeah, hard to comment. It's one of those ones when you overcommit to the tackle, you've been slightly stepped, and you just throw the arm out. I don't think there was too much malice in it.
No, I'd agree with you on that.
Like you say, it didn't look great, but he was quick to apologise. And they're having a chat though. The touch judge is having a word with the referee. Maybe there's further debate on the issue here, but for me there wasn't a whole lot in it. But that said, maybe there wasn't a whole lot in the yellow card in the first half.
That's an observation which I would be inclined to agree to. So the referee calls forward the Millbrae captain, and Millbrae's number 17, and I'm looking at the team sheet here, but a word is sufficient, and that's probably the right call, Ross.
I think so. Conor Mackey there, like I say, he just got stepped a little bit. It was almost a reflex reaction to throw the arm out. It wasn't the worst I've seen. So I think the referee's taking the right course of action there. Good chat, and that'll probably be the final warning before a card's brandished. So it looks like we've got a blood injury there. Struggling to see who that is. So it looks like it might be David Courtney.
Yeah, Gavin White looks as if Gavin White wearing number 19 is poised to come on. Sorry. Anyway, we'll go back to the action.
So one substitution for Millbrae, coming on as number 19, Gavin White.
Indeed. So Gavin White joins the action, and Martin Watson has left the field. As you said, Roscoe, about 5 minutes or so ago, Aberdeen Uni really do need to get a score back. You would think that if they don't, Millbrae will just seek to very sensibly play a game up front and use Steele's boot to find territory. Referee ruling that Aberdeen Uni came through the gate there. Turnover ball. Kelly. Ball going out wide. Good hands. But unfortunately couldn't quite retrieve the pass from just behind him. Ball going forward.
Great intent there from Aberdeen University. I'm inclined to say that if they're going to get back in this game, that's the tactics they need to do. They will cause Millbrae problems if they can get the ball out wide. I think the main obstacle that they're going to have to overcome is just securing the set piece and winning the ball and keeping it through the phases. But there was some lovely hands there getting the ball out to the right hand touchline, but a great scrambling tackle from Gibson Seawood. Great impact from him off the bench.
Good afternoon if you've just joined us on Scottish Rugby TV. We're coming to you live from BT Murrayfield, the home of Scottish Rugby. It's BT Finals Day, and our opening entertainment is provided by the BT Bowl Final. It's Millbrae in the pink and black against Aberdeen University in the blue, and Millbrae leading 14 points to 5, but unfortunately knocking on, and as often happens in the bowl final, you have a, shall we say, a spectacular opening, and then it becomes just a wee bit kind of mistake-ridden, perhaps because of the occasion and the dimensions of the pitch. I'm not seeking to make excuses for the players, but you know, it kind of
it's one of these things as well.
pattern.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with what you're saying, and we've also seen both teams look to the bench. So there's some new faces on the pitch, and the continuity gets broken up a little bit as people settle into the game. So you know, I'd have to say, you know, there's less mistakes in the second half compared to the first half, but you know, Millbrae, they'll be looking just to exit out of there without putting that extra pressure on themselves. These little knock-ons could come back to haunt them. Drop kick attempt there.
Just goes
It's
wide,
gone
I think.
wide.
That, I think, was Will Kelly on the drop goal attempt, and an indication perhaps, Ross, that Aberdeen Uni really are looking at every possible option to try and pull points back here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Graham. I didn't expect to see that choice of tactic, particularly at this stage in the game. You know, 24 minutes left to play, plenty of rugby left in this match, and that was a great attacking opportunity. You know, 30 metres out, you know, full backline set and ready to go. Perhaps that's a bit of a soft exit for Ayr there, and they'll regroup and get things going from about 60 metres out. Full back there, nice step. Oh, great break!
Great step from Jonathan Bain. Bain gives a pass, a bit of width to Patrick Mulholland. Mulholland, that's another high tackle. Mulholland just about in at the corner. Now, the referee really has to make a decision here. He's awarded a penalty, and if he's awarding a penalty, then for me, he has to be thinking about a penalty try.
Yeah, there's definitely a case there. You know, he was very quick to put his arm up, and you know, I'd need to see the replay, but it looked like a really, really good attacking opportunity for Aberdeen University there, and that close to the line. You might have to say that was a bit of a cynical one there, and it did in fact prevent a try.
There is no TMO today, and I'm going to offer an observation that if we have a technical yellow card awarded in the first half, that for me is a really poor decision not to have a yellow card for a high tackle as a team are on the attack 5 metres out. I think all we ask for is consistency, and for me it's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing end to what was actually a fantastic counter-attack from the students. You know, fielded the ball 60, 70 metres out, a fantastic break from fullback Jonathan Bain, and he fed the ball out to the right. Oh!
It's Max Stobbs, stopped 2 or 3 metres out. Referee playing an advantage. Aberdeen trying to rumble forward, and referee rules there was a knock on, and it will be a Millbrae feed.
Yeah, I think Aberdeen University, they got to feel hard done to here. You know, if it wasn't a penalty try, there's a few cynical ones coming in from Millbrae there, killing the ball, you know, so close to the line. I think that's about as technical as it gets when it comes to offences. I think they count themselves very lucky to have their full complement at this point. Scrum here, is that Millbrae with the put in? I'm struggling to see, Loza.
It is, yeah, Millbrae with the put in, and Martin Watson returning, and Gavin White departing for Millbrae. We're coming up to the hour mark here at BT Murrayfield. Do let us know where you're watching our coverage from. You can do so via our Scottish Rugby YouTube channel, and we'll be giving you a few updates on your comments and shout-outs in a wee minute. Aberdeen Uni introducing Max Oliver.
This is a big moment in the game here for Aberdeen University. They've got They've got the territory. They've really put the pressure on. It's not now or never. 20 minutes is a long time in a rugby game, but you feel this is a great opportunity for them to get a score and push Millbrae all the way as we approach the last 20 minutes. And you know, the younger legs, the youthful energy, that could see them through.
Aberdeen getting a wee bit of a nudge on at that scrum. That's a role reversal. Pick up by Keith Hunter, Millbrae's try scorer, and that really was novel territory, particularly in this match for Millbrae. Their scrum's been very much in the ascendancy, but it wasn't there, Ross.
No, I mean, they got absolutely driven back almost off their own ball from Aberdeen University there. Great scramble from the number 8, just took the pressure off, and Craig Steele was found in the pocket. You know, a bit of a low pass from Max Pickles there. Great pick up from Craig, but you know, I don't know if Millbrae are getting tired, but you can definitely see the students coming back into this game. Throw
in from Aberdeen Uni inside the Millbrae 22. Got the forward drive on. This was the tactic that bequeathed the try for Tom Forson in the first half. They've made 3-4 metres. McKittrick has the ball, and there's a bit of a wrestle, but McKittrick still bruising forward. Forson, as Millbrae.
It's a little bit untidy in there. I'm struggling to see the ball. Forson digging.
Forson has now. Feeds Kelly. Kelly to the substitute Rory Fenn. Forson again. Kelly. It's a break on the outside. Great tackle on Freddie Graham Campbell. That was super defence from Millbrae. And Pickles clears. Referee brings it back for a scrum. I'm not sure who made the tackle on the Aberdeen Uni 12, Freddie Graham Campbell, but it was a vital one.
Oh, that was it. Body on the line, ball and all tackle there. That's what finals rugby is all about. You know, if it was anything less than the perfect tackle there, it was a certain 5-pointer for Aberdeen University. You know, great contact there, smashed the legs, put them down, and subsequently Aberdeen knocked the ball on. It's going to be a scrum for Millbrae 5 metres out, but, you know, judging by how the last couple of scrums have gone, you know, they really need to get a push on here. They've been put under a lot of pressure in the last 5 minutes or so. They'll be looking for a nice scrum, potentially a pick off the base, and whether it's through Pickles or Craig Steele, they'll really need to get themselves out of this 22.
Shout out for you on Scottish Rugby TV. London Roro says hello from London.
A bit of a hello from Roro there, Lozer. Is that
exactly
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Great to see the fans engaging from wherever they may be. You know, broadcast out to an international audience this morning or this afternoon, as it is now. You know, that's what these finals are all about. You know, not everyone able to make it on the day, but through the live broadcast, able to tune in regardless of where they are.
Aberdeen Uni making a change. Matthew Robson joining the back row for Patrick Mulholland. Robson is in training for the Marines, or was in training for the Marines, before he picked up an injury. He's 25 years old, former Dollar Academy pupil. As Ross was saying, Aberdeen Uni definitely had the nudge on the last couple of scrums, and it's very much in the Millbrae panic zone. So clear heads needed as Pickles feeds. Aberdeen again putting pressure on, and Craig Steele can only find touch 5 metres out, and this is the territory for the old catch and drive that we saw in the first half.
Absolutely, Lozer. This is pretty much an identical platform to the opening score that Aberdeen managed to get in the first half. You know, they'll be looking for a clean line out here. You know, I can't see them doing anything other than trying to get the rumble on and push Millbrae over the line. You know, good line out required, but, you know, this would be crucial. This would be the great way back into the game that they've been looking for over the past 10 minutes.
It was Lewis Ray with a throw-in. McKittrick with the ball. And I'm afraid Millbrae are infringing there. Forson feeds. Kelly kicks ahead. It's collected by Aberdeen Uni's Max Stobbs. And I'm pretty sure Max Stobbs has got the try. Good invention from Will Kelly with a kick ahead, and Max Stobbs, Aberdeen Uni's 20-year-old winger, product of Merchiston Castle, High School of Dundee and Caledonia under-20s, claims their second try.
What can I say? It was a bold move. You know, my heart was in my mouth there when the ball went in there. Will Kelly opting for the chip. You know, I'm always thinking when you're in the 22, just keep it in the hand and try and find your way over. But they had the advantage. It was a shot to nothing, and what a take! Perfect catch under the sticks. 7 points, and Loza, we've got a ball game here.
We sure have. Will Kelly adding the conversion from under the sticks there. We've played 64 minutes here at BT Murrayfield in the BT Bowl final. It's Millbrae 14, Aberdeen Uni 12, and I wonder, Ross, if it might well be that the students' fitness might be just a wee bit sharper than Millbrae.
Could be a factor, Lozer. You know, it's just one of these things. They've had so much pressure over the past 15-20 minutes. It had to give at some point. You know, maybe, you know, Millbrae looking to the bench here. That could be down to the fitness. They need some fresh impetus. Josh Curry, the captain, coming off there. He's had a great game. But Craig Steele, what's he going to do with the restart? They certainly need to get themselves down there and put a bit of territory and pressure back on Aberdeen University.
So Alan McGregor has come on for the Millbrae captain, Josh Curry. Josh, who's been a real line-out mainstay, and also as we saw, he's given a bit of leadership and direction to the Millbrae team. Remember, in this competition it's rolling subs, so although Josh has vacated the international field here at BT Murrayfield at the moment, he may return. Lewis Ray to throw into this line out for Aberdeen Uni. Max Oliver went high, but the ball spilled forward, and it's Max Pickles feeding, and back to a more direct attack. The one pass to a forward that was taken on by Ben Patterson there. Referee rules a knock-on by Millbrae. The number of phases that we're seeing now definitely falling.
Yeah, I think there's no need at this stage in the game. You know, particularly when you've got that territory and when you've got the team on the back foot, you don't need to force those 50-50s. Craig Steele, he's had a lot of attacking intent since he's come on, but you know, maybe that was the moment to use one of these big powerful centres. You know, Nigel Howard's had a great game. Gibson C was a powerful ball carrier. Just hit them up, build the phases, get the forwards round the corner, and just hold on to the ball that little bit more, because the pressure will tell.
We've got 14 and a half minutes to play here. Millbrae 14, Aberdeen University 12 in the BT Bowl final. Just a wee stoppage, a wee break while an injured player is attended to.
Got a bit of an impact sub coming here, Lozer.
The impact sub being Alan McConaughey. Alan, a 37-year-old, describes himself as 20 stone. And he's
20 stone light, Lozer.
Yeah, and a health and safety advisor, allegedly.
There's no irony in that.
I presume that Alan can only be a front row forward. Aberdeen have also gone to their bench and have brought on Pat Clark to replace William Conakey. And Patrick Clark, a former pupil of Merchiston Castle, he's studying business and real estate in first year. Forson gives it to Bain, lovely dummy from Bain. Bain was caught by Keith Hunter on retreat. We're just inside the Aberdeen half. Pick up by Max Oliver with a red scrum cap. Forson gives to the new man, Patrick Clark. And a bit of loitering after the contact there. Thank you.
You can see he was trying to get
Forson
away there,
again,
just
referee
stuck.
playing advantage. It's Max Oliver. Oliver inside to Rory Fenn. Here goes Rory Fenn. Great tackle by Craig Steele. The Millbrae replacement 10. Forson. He probably really had to come left. Referee playing advantage. Penalty awarded.
Oh, that's a let off for Millbrae. Lawser absolutely had to come left there. He picked up, he only looked one way, he started to go, he was all alone. You know, that was a certain try if they just put a bit of width on the ball and came out left. They were screaming for it, but you know, in these games the occasion can sometimes get the better of you. The adrenaline was obviously running high there. That said, they've got an opportunity for 3 points that would see them take the lead.
Yeah, it was good work by the replacement Max Oliver, and then Rory Fenn, the former Stewart's Millville College winger, eventually clawed down, and it was a try saver from Craig Steele. Let's not forget that.
Absolutely,
but anyway,
great
let's
hustle.
let's concentrate first of all on this penalty opportunity for Patrick Clark, who's only been on the field a couple of minutes. We replaced the Aberdeen Uni playmaker Will Kelly. Clark doesn't take very much time, and he's successful, and Aberdeen Uni regain the lead through Patrick Clark's 68th minute penalty. It's Aberdeen Uni 15, Millbrae 14.
And that's been a long time coming, Lawser. They've had Millbrae under a lot of pressure. I think these younger legs are starting to stretch out and put Millbrae in a bit of a tricky situation. It was a lovely breakout from their own 22 that saw them get down the park. You know, there's plenty of time left, 12 minutes to go. Millbrae will be looking to get back down there and hopefully convert some pressure into points.
A few shout outs. Ryan Holland says, "Come on the mighty Millbrae. Keep the commentary up, Roscoe." Keep the commentary up, Roscoe. That's Zago supporting from Hull.
Good stuff. It's great to see some of the old Air Rugby and Millbrae cohort showing their support from wherever they are. Actually just got a text message from ex-Air coach Kenny Murray, now with the Glasgow Warriors, offering some good advice on the commentary and a good insight into the game. I won't repeat what was said.
I'm sure it was broadcastable before the watershed. Elspeth Sproat is watching in France. Come on the lads from here, she says. And we beat France with Andrew Guest, who's watching us in Dubai. Wherever you're watching, you're most welcome. We're live from BT Murrayfield. We've got 10.5 minutes to go in this exciting, close-fought BT Bowl final. It's Millbrae 14, Aberdeen Uni 15. And Metal Mickey, aka Michael Lamont, the Glasgow Warriors media manager, who, funnily enough, is once again on duty in Wales today. I'm not suggesting that Jeremy Bone picks his assignments, but Michael Lamont is asking for a shout out. He's an Ayr boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he desperately wanted to be here, a product of Alloway, you know, some would say Ayrshire's finest. You know, he's desperately disappointed not to be here, but you know, Warrior Nation duty is upon him, but you know, he'll be showing his support from Wales, no doubt.
Sure he will. Aberdeen Uni again trying to get a bit of width on that, but the passing was maybe a wee bit laboured.
And both teams getting a little bit tired here, Lawser. We're entering the last 10 minutes. This is crucial. You know, I think the team that keeps the mistakes to a minimum will be the team that wins this game. But you know, we're struggling to get past 2 or 3 phases. Ayr have got an important line out here in the middle of the park. They'll need to secure ball and get a good exit if they're going to get back into this game.
It's Millbrae will need to do that as well, Roscoe.
My bad.
We'll keep each other right here. So, Pickles. Oh, has a wee dart himself. And it's picked up by Millbrae try scorer Keith Hunter. And again, seeking the more direct route, that was Jack Brown. Steele. That's sensible play. Sensible play.
Yeah, you know, you can tell that the Millbrae guys are getting a little bit tired there. The pace and the tempo's definitely dropped, so a nice option there from Craig Steele. Just put the ball in behind, give the guys a breather, and you know, the pressure's right back on Aberdeen Uni here. They've got a line out in their own 22. Millbrae, no doubt, they'll look to throw someone up and try and disrupt the ball. You know, these little moments, they're crucial in games, just taking the pressure off, letting the guys have a breather, and regroup. You know, we've got a big 8 or 9 minutes ahead of us, Loza.
We sure have. It's Lewis Ray for this defensive line out, and Millbrae turnover. They have, I think, a knock-on advantage being played. We've got a drive on here. Millbrae backs joining the driving maul,
Oh, cynical takedown there.
and the referee agrees with Mr. Curl. We'll be coming to Ross in the next couple of minutes to get his thoughts on man of the match. But Craig Steele has a decision to make here, confers with Max Pickles, and the decision is to go for goal. Now, what do you think? A right-footed kicker from the right touchline?
It's not the easiest, Lozer. It's definitely within his range. This is a defining moment in the game. You know, they've not been down in this part of the pitch for a long time. They need to come away with points. You know, this will certainly chew up the clock a little bit. So, you know, you can see that his teammates are getting ready for the chase. So maybe they don't have as much confidence in him as young Max Pickles did. But you know, he slaughtered his previous kick from a not too dissimilar position. So we'll need to wait and see. Big kick though.
So here we go. Craig Steele, the chance to be a hero for Millbrae. Oh, and it's just brushed past the right hand upright. Good follow-up to the kick from Scott Cunningham. He was alert to the opportunity. But the scoreline remains with just over 6.5 minutes remaining. Millbrae 14, Aberdeen Uni 15. Roscoe is going to consider his man of the match, which he'll have to come to conclusion on in the next couple of minutes. Now, was that a knock-on? Referee says no, and it's a maul. Millbrae in possession, going into the maul. The ball is held up, still going forward, but the referee rules that as the ball was not on the deck, it's a turnover and an Aberdeen put-in. Ross, your thoughts on player of the match?
Yeah, I think there's been a couple of standout performers today on both sides, I have to say. You know, number 8 for Aberdeen University, really industrious there, Graham McKittrick. Unfortunate, potentially harsh to have spent 10 minutes in the bin, and as we mentioned earlier, that was an expensive 10 minutes for the students. I think he's been fantastic. On the Millbrae side of things, you know, Craig Steele's had a real impact since he came on. Nigel Howard has carried ball, you know, tirelessly throughout the game. So, you know, credit to him. But I've gone with Will Kelly of Aberdeen University. I just think he's been the one that's pulled the strings for that team. You know, great little chip for the try earlier on, and some lovely passing throughout the game. So you know, assuming they hold on to win, I think he'll be one of the main reasons why, and a thoroughly deserved man of the match for him.
An early ball out to the wing again. Millbrae, nearly intercepted. Millbrae throwing caution to the wind, going with a quick throw-in. 5 to go.
I think in these times in the game, Laws, you know, you kind of have to go for those Hail Marys a little bit. You know, there's not much time left. It might just take that moment of inspiration, moment of magic to spark things and get that crucial score. I'm sure we'll see Aberdeen play things a little bit more safely, but you know, at this point in the game, Millbrae, they have to take a few risks and just throw the ball out there.
Hail Marys, Roscoe. Hail Marys. Are other religious terminologies available as well?
No.
We'll come back to that. We'll stick with the action. It's Gibson Siwo trying to bludgeon his way forward. Interesting decision from
Scrum
the
here,
referee
Laws. Do you think they can push them over from here?
I think Millbrae's intent will be to retain possession from the scrum, given some of the close range scrums we saw from Aberdeen Uni recently. Our man of the match, Will Kelly, is coming back onto the field, and
Substitution for Aberdeen. Coming on is number 10, William Kelly, and is number 22.
he's replacing Rory Fenn, who we saw him show his paces earlier on. Crowd getting into this game as it's Pickles.
They've got to go here.
I
They've
really
got to
can't.
go. Cynical. He's tripped him up there. Pickles.
I can't believe that Pickles was tripped up there.
Can't believe he's not marched them back 10 for that.
Now, it's McKittrick who has already been yellow carded. So he calls forward Douglas McMillan, who presumably has now taken on the captaincy for Aberdeen Uni. McKittrick taking on the captaincy, you think?
I think so.
You think it was McMillan that made the chip?
Yeah, I saw those little red boots sort of appear and
Right.
trip up Max Pickles, and he's given the extra 10 metres to Millbrae. This could be crucial. Does this move things within kicking range, Lozer?
So it looks as if Craig Steele is going to have a go from the 10-metre line. I'm not sure what his range is, Ross. What do you think?
Definitely doable. He'll need a solid contact here. This is a massive moment in the game. He's got a nice stroke. You know, if he hits it well, he'll definitely have the legs. But you know, this is the time for Cam Heads, and I think they'll definitely line up a good chase in case he doesn't quite make it. He might miss wide. You know, Aberdeen are going to be picking up the ball on their own try line. Really big moment. I think we'll get some silence from the crowd here as Craig Steele steps up.
So Craig Steele from just almost on the 10-metre line. Has he got it? He has got it! The Millbrae crowd tell you he's got it. We've got just over 2 minutes to play here at BT Murrayfield, and that moment of ill discipline from Aberdeen University, which in terms of consistency probably should have merited a yellow card, has given Craig Steele the chance to regain the lead for Millbrae. It's been a roller coaster this match. Millbrae back in the lead, 17 points to 15.
It was a moment of madness there, Lawser. You know, he's just come on off the bench. I'm sure he's bursting full of nervous energy, really wanted to make an impact. You know, in hindsight, it was a bit of a dumb one. It's not the impact you want to make when you're coming on and the margins are so tight. But, you know, a couple of minutes left. It's time for cool heads, and there's a knock on there from I think it was Gavin White. The students have got the ball. You know, this is going to be a dramatic finale, Loza.
Forson feeds Max Oliver. The referee may be playing an advantage for the knock on. Penalty advantage there. Jonathan Bain attempts a drop goal, but the referee will bring it back for a penalty. And as Ross predicted, it was hands in the ruck. So the penalty on the 22, just to the left of the posts.
Loza, you couldn't write this, honestly, you couldn't write this.
So Will Kelly will have the opportunity to regain the lead in the most dramatic of circumstances for Aberdeen University. Craig Steele, just a couple of minutes ago, thought he'd probably done the business. And how often do we say it? It's the next job that's the most important, and Millbrae really had to win the restart. They were unable to do so. And here is Will Steele. Sorry, it's Will Kelly, I beg your pardon, Will Kelly. Will Kelly. And he's missed the kick. There was some barracking from the Millbrae support, which really, there's no place for that in the game either.
Disappointing to see that, Loza. You know, quite unsavoury. It's not what we want on big games like this at BT Murrayfield. You know, they should be disappointed with themselves for that. But back to matters on the park, that's a big let off for Millbrae. You know, they really need to focus in these last few minutes. Great kick there from Craig Steele.
Craig Steele seeking to go long with the kick. It's Cammy Lenine back to cover. Lenine feeds Kelly. Kelly seeking to play. Bain to Clark. Clark to Forson. They're very close to their own right touchline. Penalty advantage being played. Oliver feeds to Ray. Ray gives it to Lenine clawed down. Aberdeen getting numbers to win that ball. Here's Forson. Forson gives it to Bain. Bain to Freddie Graham Campbell. Campbell straightens. Options to left and right. Goes right. It's Kelly. Kelly feeds it. Clark is now in the ball. Clark dummies. Remains upright. Millbrae force him into touch. That is full time in the BT Bowl final. And Millbrae from BT West Regional League Division 3 have won the BT Bowl with a 17-15 victory over Aberdeen University. Ross, your thoughts on the game?
That was an absolute nail-biter. What a way to kick off BT Finals Day. It had all the drama. The scoreline changed on multiple occasions. And what a way to win a game. Testament credit is massive credit due to Craig Steele. He held his nerve, 40 metres out, stepped up under all that pressure and smashed it through the middle. You know, Aberdeen University, our man of the match, Will Kelly, really unfortunate to miss that penalty at the end. But you know, I think it was one of those games. Both teams would have been worthy winners, and what a fantastic day for Millbrae.
So let's go through the try scorers. Aberdeen University opened the try scoring with a try from scrum half Tom Forson, benefiting from close range line out and a drive from his pack. That was in the 9th minute. Millbrae hit back just before half time when Aberdeen University number 8 Graham McKittrick was sin-binned. Millbrae opted twice for scrums rather than penalties at close range, and when there was some illegality from Aberdeen University, referee Alex Obreja awarded a penalty try, which was converted by James Armstrong for a 7-5 lead to Millbrae at half time. And then while McKittrick was still in the sin bin in the second half, Keith Hunter, the Millbrae number 8, claimed their second try, which was converted by Craig Steele, who was introduced at half time. Millbrae very much dominant at that point into the last quarter, and Aberdeen University fought back with a cracking try from Max Stobbs from a close range chip ahead from today's man of the match, Aberdeen University standoff William Kelly. A penalty from Aberdeen University's replacement back Patrick Clark on 68 minutes made the scoreline 15-14 in their favour. But then with just 3 minutes remaining, as Ross said, cometh the hour, cometh the man. A cool head from Craig Steele, the 23-year-old Millbrae back, with a penalty from 40 metres. And that meant the scoreline was 17-15. A late opportunity for Will Kelly, but he didn't quite have the composure. The full-time score here at BT Murrayfield in our opening match in BT Finals Day: Millbrae 17, Aberdeen University 15. We're going to stay with this for the presentation, and we'll get the man of the match presentation. But Ross, a good start to BT Finals Day.
Great start, Lozer. You know, what an exciting game. Both teams throwing everything at it. Like I say, you know, it was really hard to pick a winner in the end, but Millbrae and Craig Steele with that fantastic penalty, richly deserved. You know, what a day for the club. You can see the scenes down here. The supporters are going crazy. The players are ecstatic, and you know, yeah, perfect start to the day. I hope all the games can give us this much drama and entertainment as the day progresses.
See Jim Limburn down there, Ross, in in the arm in the sling, and he's trying not to join in the celebrations,
I
but
think
he
he'll
is.
be all right. You know, he's got his right arm in a sling, so you know the old left-hand drinking won't be an issue for him. I'm sure he'll still enjoy his day and evening all the same.
The player of the match presentation is happening. The player of the match presentation is happening pitch side, and it's Will Kelly receiving the man of the match from Ian Barr of the Scottish Rugby Council. Will Kelly there, be disappointed with the penalty failure at the end, but he generally orchestrated the
absolutely.
Aberdeen,
you know, I think he'll be in a bit of a dark place right now, but you know, when as time passes and he looks back, he should be really proud of the way he played today. You know, he had some lovely touches in that game, instrumental in the Aberdeen scores, and you know, over the course of the 80 minutes. You know, a really solid all-round performance. You know, it's a shame he couldn't be on the winning side on this occasion, but you know, yeah, great game from him.
So Millbrae celebrating as Aberdeen University come forward to receive their runners-up medals. It was a good effort from the students. And here they come. Graham McKittrick, the number 8, leading them up. And as we reflected during the match, 14 points while McKittrick was in the sin bin, Aberdeen conceded, and that's quite a deficit to make up. Ed Crozier, Scottish Rugby's president, in the Anorak, is offering his commiserations, and Mike Munro, the Scottish Rugby board member from Aberdeen, is presenting the medals to the runners-up in the BT Bowl final, Aberdeen University.
It's never nice to finish in second place, but you know, they brought a whole lot to the party today. Some great rugby from Aberdeen University, and you know, they provided a lot of entertainment. Hopefully they've had a really good, enjoyable time playing on the main pitch here at BT Murrayfield, and yeah, some great enterprise in rugby. No doubt we'll see them back here at some point in the future.
The match officials, always a key part to any game. Alex Abrasia, the referee, and his assistants, Willie Anderson, Colin George, and the 4th and 5th official, Stuart Burns and Brian McGuff. Well done to the officials involved in the BT Bowl final. Now to the winners of the BT Bowl. Congratulations to Millbrae. Leading them up is Scott Cunningham, their winger. And the man at the rear will be their captain, Josh Curry. Any celebrations that they have in mind, Ross? Any chat about what they would do?
No, I don't know if there's anything pre-planned. You know, they'll certainly savour this moment. You know, to lift the trophy here at BT Murrayfield is fantastic, and yeah, I'd imagine it'll be a long but enjoyable bus trip back to Millbrae, where the party will roll on until the early hours, if not on until Monday morning. You never know.
Will you head back to Millbrae later?
I'm not sure. I'm going to be here for the rest of the day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the rugby on show as part of finals day, but you know, I didn't make it into the gym this morning, so I'll probably go and do a bit of exercise and get myself rested up for next weekend.
Yeah, Ross, if selected, will be
see Callum
involved,
Forrester down there.
will be
maybe
involved in the BT Premiership final. A great day out in Millbrae next week. But it's Millbrae that we're focusing on. Millbrae from BT West Regional League Division 3. They're currently leading that league. But this is a day they'll remember forever here at BT Murrayfield. They have won the BT Bowl, and captain Josh Curry will be presented with the bowl. He's receiving his medal now. Mike Munro presents the bowl just at the back of the already celebrating Millbrae with Jim Limburn. We're talking off picture just to tell you what's happening. And it's now time for the trophy lift. There we go. Congratulations to Millbrae. We'll be back on Scottish Rugby TV shortly. Our next match is the BT Shield final between Carrick and Highland. But well done to BT Bowl winners, Millbrae. Thanks for your company on Scottish Rugby TV. It's been good fun with the first game. But well done to Millbrae, winners of the BT Bowl.